did turn them up, yes.
Gets into a discussion about Nobel Prizes versus Fields Medal versus other design medals. But this is unique. This is for societal good. This is humanity-centered design. So I feel very good at being able to call out our board members. Don? That the children and the grandchildren want to keep it. And given Arlene and her other half, Marty Cooper, if you go to their office, and some of you have seen it, they have 2 rooms full of trophies. For Arlene to explicitly ask that was very significant, and this represents. And maybe Don, if you would do the honor of explaining what this design that Anthony created.
But first I want to point out, one of the other criteria was it must be sustainable. So it's wood. It's teak wood, which is one of the most sustainable of trees. And 3D printed, and we were very careful, Anthony, thank you very much, to make sure the resin and all the components are sustainable. biodegradable. Now, you may wonder the logo, what that thing on the left is. Well, this is where it comes from. And what we are saying is, as you start off as an early career practitioner, you are climbing better and higher and higher and higher. And the people who are excellent, who receive our award of excellence, are getting near the top. But they're not at the top yet, because they're still early career. So they're doing excellent work, but you can get better with time. And the people who we say are promising, well, they're about maybe where this ball is. We're going to have balls. No, this is the excellent trophy, yes. And the promising trophy, they're on their way. Here they are. Way to go. So every year you'll get better and better, and then one of those years you will come and we will give you the excellence trophy.
One other point I'll add, each step along the way is not identical. Some are easy to trip up on. They're not exactly the same dimension. So, and as you go up that, you need to encounter those as well.
So tonight is a celebration of awards, and I gave a slight description of the different classes of awards this morning, but I'll repeat it for those of you who were not quite up yet and missed it. So we have 3 different classes of awards. One of them is for early career practitioners who do something of great societal value with enough evidence that won't actually be great yet because they're early career and they're just starting out, but they'll have evidence that says, look, this is making a difference. And these are some really exciting projects. And we have 2 levels there. We have, as you already heard, the excellence level and the ones that were really, really wonderful, but not quite at the excellence level, but they will be in the future. The other award is to educational groups who are training people to do the societal work. And we didn't care what kind of a group it was. It didn't have to be an official university or college. It could be, well, we actually gave one of the awards to a podcast. It was surprising. I first said podcast, that's silly, no. What I discovered is a podcast in Spanish and a little bit in Portuguese. It comes out of Finland. But I asked my friends, and they said, look, do you want to learn your Spanish? Listen to this wonderful podcast. And then Jorge, sitting right in the place, was one of the people interviewed in the podcast. For those of you who saw Gary Manuel, her spouse is Jorge, who's a graphic artist, or designer, I should say. Okay, so educational institutions is not a contest. It is for people training for humanity-centered design, and I would love it if every single institution that is training designers receives this award, or if you will, recognition. And then finally, we had a whole bunch of things we didn't know what to do with. So for example, there were 2 really great projects from Tijuana, and we said, wait a minute, they're very similar. And we realized they were part of Central 32. And so we said, well, why don't we award Central 32 the award? Because they're the ones who made it all possible. But they weren't early careers, so okay, special recognition. And similarly, we had 3 projects from Code from Pakistan that were really doing wonderful work. And the same thing, we decided to recognize Code from Pakistan. And you've heard both of those talk today. And the others were, again, things that were difficult to classify by this simple classification, but really worthy of awards. So those are the 3 levels. And now, it's time to hand them out.
It's my pleasure to welcome you one by one to come up and as I call your institution, your organization that receives the award, send up your representative, and we'll give you the award, and then we'd like to take a photo with Don over here as celebration. Why don't we have you come up this way over here, and we'll hand it to you, and you can take a picture with Don and head down this way over here. Okay. First, we'd like to welcome Collective Motherhood, improving the parenthood journey through peer support, coming from various cities throughout the United States. Is Samantha Noor here? We know some have her represented with us today, some don't. Can they bring the team? Yes, please bring your team. Give you the award that goes with that certificate. Thank you.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2. Thank you. I got it. All right.
Okay, our next excellent award that we'd like to welcome up is Palliative Care in a Tribal Settlement. Joining us all the way from Karuna Evam Shanti Bahini, India. They've come a long way from us. There we have it.
Sign on the flag.
This really is a design on the fly, as we think so up here. Okay, please, we're so thrilled to welcome our third excellent project that was submitted. Sociability and Food, Community Kitchens in Brazilian Favelas, from Sao Paulo, Brazil. is Zeitgeist, Self-Learning with Human Warmth, joining us not far from Tijuana, Mexico. Join us on stage. Don's pointed out that this is a group of 2 people, and your partner is in Tijuana.
Yeah, my partner is in Tijuana. Thank you.
Yeah!
That's because we only have one of each type. And there's 3D printed, and it takes, how long after these it takes to print? 72 hours to print each one. So they're coming, and everybody will get their trophy when we finish.
All right, now on to our 2 promising recipients, our promising projects. This one intrigues me. This is a fantastic project. Teaching tech to people with disabilities from the Inclusive Tech Group. From Kwame, you're going to have to forgive me, Nkrumah, University of Science and Technology in Accra, Ghana. Please welcome.
No, you don't understand. What this prize is for is training people to help themselves, to create something that helps them with their disability. So this person has built that himself to help because he has severe vision problems, and that's a device that he himself built for himself.
And our last, but very much not least, but second promising award goes to Soil Trust, co-designing local soil-to-soil food economies all the way from Hong Kong Polytechnic University in Hong Kong. As Don described, this is really the second category of recognition for tonight, which are these educational groups. It is. We do. Okay, we'd love to award our first to the Industrial Design Program at Arizona State University.
Milano.
with a bachelor's degree in design, licenciatura en diseño, Universidad de San Andrés. Please join us on stage. Next, we'd love to welcome the Global Innovation Design, a joint master's program between Royal College of Art and Imperial College. There he is. Come on.
Yay!
Now we know why we're getting so many great questions. We recognize your faces. Please welcome, join me in welcoming the Masters in Interaction Design from the California College of the Arts.
Oh, sorry.
CCA!
I want another picture.
One more.
Okay, next but not the last, the Albert and Tina Small Center for Collaborative Design School of Architecture at Tulane University. Okay, you've heard this one before. The Design Village, a multidisciplinary design college, offering bachelor's and master's degrees.
Right here, guys. Thank you.
Now, I don't know if we have anybody that has traveled much further than this. The User Experience Center, Singapore Polytechnic's Industry and Partnership Program, welcome. Stanford Data Ocean, enable underserved communities to achieve improved health through accessible digital biomedical education. Well, a round of applause anyways.
I want to comment on the fact that we consider the summit and the award competition and recognition of universities to be a learning experience. So I asked all the judges who were looking at things to explain. They had to say not only with what they thought of it, with the numerical rating, but they had to write an explanation of why they were or were not awarding the top levels. And I said, write it so that I can send it to the people. And so I wrote to every single person who had applied and did not win any of those awards, an explanation of why and what they could do to come back again and get an award. Because this is to be a learning experience. And Neil said I should tell you how many applications came in. So I said, well, how many? And he said, oh, about 200. And I read every single one of them. And I also want to point out that some of these groups had ties to me. In fact, my picture showed up in some of the pictures that were shown. And I've known a number of the people, and I was very careful. Anytime I knew the people, I did not vote. So, because we had 18 judges, and so we let them make the decision. I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood that we were very careful not to let any of my biases show up. So I'd like to really applaud everybody, because even the ones that received, we said were on the short list, and were finalists, were truly excellent proposals. And it really, when we read them, we said that made this entire program worthwhile. Yeah, I forgot the special recognition group. Okay, so let's go through the special recognitions. Okay.
I think we should give a round of applause for Dawn and the board for all of that. Ladies and gentlemen, whether you're here as a recipient, whether you're here to celebrate the recipients, we truly are so grateful that you're here. We're grateful for your time and your interest. Please enjoy the rest of your dinner and the wonderful company, and we will see you promptly at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning to begin our next session. We'll be in the